Asylum hotels were a failed Tory policy from the very start, but bringing anger to a boiling point, deepening division and inviting the far right into our town will not fix what's broken. Falkirk needs action and unity, not the extremist far right groups and the division and hatred they are bringing. What we've seen outside the Cladden Hotel in recent months shows exactly why the system the Tories set up doesn't work. A protest group that's now disbanded this week after admitting things spiralled out of control and fell into the hands of extremists. Most people in Falkirk, regardless of political belief, are decent and are right to demand change from their governments. Housing vulnerable asylum seekers in hotels and leaving them there for years is wrong for them and wrong for communities like Falkirk. Failure for governments to have a clear policy to deal with the small minority of those waiting on an asylum claim who offend has been corrected by the Borders Act, which came into force last month. But we cannot see legitimate frustration turn into permanent division. This is not a moment for governments to slow down, it's a moment to accelerate change. The UK government is already acting, speeding up asylum decisions, cutting the backlog and closing Tory-created asylum hotels that failed communities across the countries and asylum seekers like ours. Half of all asylum hotels are no longer in use. I spent this week in Westminster pressing ministers relentlessly to make sure Falkirk and Scotland is next. I will keep fighting in Westminster to end this failed Tory-era policy quicker, support the government in their ongoing work to fix the broken asylum processing system so that vulnerable people do not wait years for an initial decision, and press for a humane, fair and effective asylum system, and crucially, make sure my door remains open to discuss concerns with anyone of any opinion in Falkirk. Cheers.